China's revival of the ancient Silk Road aims to link Asia, Europe and Africa, passing through over 60 countries and affecting 4.4 billion of the world's population. There is no doubt that the BRI is an ambitious and complex project involving a broad range of infrastructure projects.
So the BRI, which started out as a big initiative, as a big concept, is now taking shape in the form of projects being announced, being executed, and a lot more jobs being created, and BRI becoming a game changer for many of those economies that are part of that initiative.
First of all, I agree that infrastructure is key. Without the infrastructure, without the links, the connection, it's very hard to bring business and services to many of these areas and countries.
So usually infrastructure triggers a discussion that are going much beyond infrastructure itself as an asset, like fiscal reform, like tax reform, like ability for businesses to work in a specific countries.
From the vantage point of Singapore, we are able to observe the development in the region from a distance and yet near enough to be able to seize the opportunity.
As China economy and companies have matured, there are more opportunities for Singapore and international companies to partner Chinese companies overseas, because that's where I think we can add real value, especially if we have local presence that predates their involvement in those countries. And that's where I see a lot more synergy with Chinese companies, is helping them internationalize or expand their overseas business. And naturally that also has trickle-down effects as far as the local onshore China business is concerned.
What we mean by bankability is that having projects that technically and financially and also commercially will be attractive for private sector, right? So in reality, we see that very few of these projects are actually really ready. And so this project preparation is a very early stage that is usually in low-income country, funded by either multilaterals or the government themselves. Too often, they're expecting private sector to jump in and to really support this early stage, but it's too risky for that type of investor.
BRI is not a 5 or 10 year initiative. This is a much longer term initiative. So there are a lot more opportunities to come, and it's not too late for companies to really look at BRI as a source of long-term growth.